Hi, this is Jim Thomason of Bassett Software, and I'm here to talk to you about Debtinator. Debtinator is our very powerful debt management and repayment utility. Now, for those of you that have worked with budgeting or debt handling software, you may find that Detonator operates a little bit differently. The way that the software traditionally works is that you spend a lot of time recording things that you've done in the past. How much you spent going out to eat last night, and where your money's gone for the last month, and that sort of thing. And that's good information to have. We're not knocking it. And you can record all that in Detonator as well, but it's kind of like driving down the highway by looking in your rearview mirror. You're trying to plan for the future by looking at where you were yesterday. And what you need to do is focus on where you're going to be tomorrow. That's where Detonator comes into play. Instead of worrying about logging all the things in the past, what Detonator wants you to do is fill out where you expect to be in the future. So you need to tell it your income, your expenses, debts, and so on. And what it's going to do is it's going to look at all that information and analyze it and crunch it and plow through it, and it's going to come up with a payment strategy for you. Now, the important thing about the payment strategy is it's going to come up with something that lives within your life. So when you tell it your income and expenses and debts, you don't need to worry about the program coming back and saying, well, you'll get out of debt so much quicker if you don't go out to eat or if you stop buying video games. We don't like debt management strategies like that. They don't work. They're great. If you want to stop going out to eat, you're going to get out of debt a lot quicker. There's no doubt about it. But the problem is, it's tough to stick with. There's nobody really wants to, stop living their lives now in the hopes of some future payoff. So what Detonator lets you do is it lets you live your life, and then it works within those parameters to tell you how to reach your financial goals. You can then go change those parameters if you want, but the point is you tell the program how to live your life, and it's going to tell you a strategy to handle your debts. And in this video, we're just going to give you a quick overview of the important basic features to get you up and running. If you want more information, please look at the other videos we have. So the first thing that we're going to do is we'll create a new document. Just go to the File menu and choose New. I'll go ahead and save it now just to get that out of the way. I'd put it on my desktop, but obviously you can save it wherever is convenient for you. First thing that you're going to want to do is go over to the Accounts pane. The toolbar across the top gives access to all the different bits of information that you're going to punch in. We're only going to worry about 3 or 4 of these in our tutorial today. First thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to change my bank account to checking. That's my checking account. And I'm going to say that I have $500 in it. Set my balance to $500. I'm not going to worry about anything else on here. We'll go ahead and add on a savings account, and I'll say that I've got $1,000 in it. And this one, I'll say that the bank requires that I have a minimum balance of $500, and I'll give it a 1.99% interest rate. I'm not going to be doing anything with the savings account right now, but I just wanted to set it up to show you. Next thing that we need to do is say, okay, we have our bank account. That's where we put our money. Now we actually need to put money into it. To do that, we're going to set up some income. Well, I'll say that I get paid. That's my payday, and we'll say that I make $1,000. And what we're going to do is we're going to set it up. We're going to say that I get paid every other week on Friday. So where our payday field here is set to today. I'm recording this on December 3rd, which is a Thursday. Well, we want this to be Friday, so I can type in December 4th, or I can also hit this little calendar pop up here and select the 4th. Now you can see the repeat rule here tells me how often does this event recur. And right now it's set to every month on the 4th, but that's not what we want. There are a couple of quick options that are common here: every day, every week, every month, every year, never. But what we want in this case is custom. That's going to pop up an additional editor for us. In here we can choose weekly. You can see it's selected on Friday, and make it every 2 weeks. We'll check that off and says, okay, now we're getting paid every 2 weeks on Friday. There's additional tables here about applying funds to budgets, but we're not going to worry about those right now. And we're going to say that this is our sole source of income. Now we've also got a couple of expenses. Well, we'll say that I have to pay rent. I live in a fairly inexpensive apartment. I have to pay rent, $750. I pay for my checking account every month on the 1st. Oh, but this is set to December 1st. That was already due, so I actually want this to be January 1st. A quick way to move that is I have my little advance arrow, which I'll hit that, and it jumps ahead to January 1st. Again, every month on the 1st. I need to buy groceries, so I'll budget. I'll say that's an expense that costs me $100 a week. I go shopping on Saturdays, and I do that once a week. I also got to pay my electricity bill, and I'll say that that's $85. Make it due every month on the 15th, just to vary things up. And let's budget for entertainment. Say I go out and have a good time, and I'm going to spend $75 a month on that. Now, this is not actually the best place to put something called entertainment. This should really be a budgeted item, not a fixed expense, but we're not going to worry about covering that in this tutorial. All this is saying right now is just that $75 is going to come out of the bank account once a month, and I'm going to do whatever with it. The Debtinator's not going to care. Now, what we really want to do here, though, is set up some debts. So we'll say that I have a MasterCard. I'll make that due every month on the 20th. Sounds like a good time for a bill to be